On March 4, 2023, a Dunwoody police officer on patrol encountered a vehicle driving the wrong way in Dunwoody, Georgia. The officer activated his lights and initiated a traffic stop.
31 traffic stop, ADR. Hammond Drive, wrong way driver, white Range Rover.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
I know, I just realized
Yeah, I just realized too, you gave me a heart attack.
You gave me a heart attack, I got scared.
You see some headlights kind of scary, right?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
That's why I was talking to my son. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I went the wrong way.
You got your ID with you?
Yeah, I do.
Where are you from?
New Orleans.
New Orleans? So you're not from around here?
No, I'm from around here. I just went the wrong way.
Yeah. Do you live over here?
I do.
Yeah, where you live at?
I live in Duluth.
In Duluth. Okay, so you don't live in Dunwoody.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I got confused.
Yeah.
I'm all right,
Yeah, how do you that? Where you turn out of?
I came from that way.
That way? Where'd you come from? Where were you at?
Coming from down there.
Yeah, where at?
From Mount Sage.
Like a store, Sage?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you just had some dinner or something, or what?
Yeah, trust me, I'm not
Okay.
drunk. I just came.
Well, how much you had to drink tonight?
Nothing. I had
Nothing?
One drink.
Not even a little bit?
One.
One drink? What kind of drink?
A fruit punch.
A fruit punch?
Yeah, trust me, I can get out the car, do whatever you want, I'm fine.
I'd like to do some fields if you don't mind. It just makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Because that way, because I mean, look, we're face to face right
Yeah.
now, so I got to do my due diligence to
No,
check you
that's
out.
fine. It's
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm okay.
I appreciate it. All right, if you want, you can put your car in park. Yeah, is it already in park?
Yeah, and
go-
my son want to stay
yeah.
on the phone.
That's
so
fine.
yeah,
You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to get you out of here as soon as possible. It's just what we got to do when I got the wrong way driver.
No,
okay?
that's fine.
Yeah.
This was,
And then hopefully we can redirect you somewhere. Where are you going to drive to? You about to go back to Duluth?
yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we'll make sure you get turned around or whatever and get you back safely
So what
and not
you
this
want
way.
me to do?
Let's for now. Let me just close the door. I'm going to back up my car a little bit. And you know what? Hey, can you turn off my fronts and then turn off your fronts too? We'll just use the sidewalk. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
You use my big brand for this.
So what do you want me to do?
Let me turn that off because I know it can be distracting. I just want to make sure we got no distractions, and we'll try to do a quick test. It's called standard
This
field.
is so embarrassing. I'm not drunk. but
I'm not going to tell on you. I'm not going to tell everybody, hey, look, you know, like we got you out here and everything. Look, so
This is so embarrassing.
yeah, I'll try to get you out of here real quick. Okay?
Okay,
Does it
so-
feel pretty flat to you? Does it feel uneven or anything like
No,
that?
it don't.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So you
I
don't think you lose your
promise
bounce
I'm
on
fine. I
it? This
will
is why I
never
gotta
drive
ask.
drunk.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
So what we're gonna do is called standard field sobriety test.
Okay.
Standard just means basically like, look, everybody does it. Like we do. We are all taught the same way. Do this across the country.
Okay, let's just
so
hurry up, 'cause I'm
the way I
really
do this is not to
feeling
insult you or anything. I'm gonna explain it the same way I explain to everybody else.
Okay.
I don't expect you've done this before. You've never done like fields or
No,
anything like that.
never done this.
So I'm gonna walk you through it like you've never seen it before. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the way I'm gonna do it. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is just first put your feet together just like this, and put your hands together like down by your sides. Perfect, just that position. Don't move from that position, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions first, okay? One, you know, we're gonna go back to the drink. You said you only had one drink.
Yes, I did.
What kind of drink was it?
A fruit punch, a rum punch.
Rum punch.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a mixed drink, just one.
Yeah, one
Okay.
drink. I
What was the
promise.
occasion over there? You just
Nothing,
just
just
hanging out?
yeah, hanging out.
Okay, with your friends and whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any like pre-existing medical conditions or injuries?
No.
You like hurt your back, hurt your neck,
No.
twist your ankle today?
No.
Okay. You don't take any medication right
No,
now?
I'm not on no medication.
Okay.
I'm not drunk.
And you haven't taken any medication today, prescription medication
No.
or narcotics or anything like that? Okay.
This is so embarrassing.
It's just what I gotta go through before I make you do
It's
anything.
fine. Just
Okay,
hurry
yeah.
up so I can go.
I'm sorry. Look, I'll try to get as quick as possible. I swear. I'm not trying to waste your time.
During the sobriety test, she kept trying to convince the officer she wasn't drunk.
So, other than that, what I'm gonna have you do is look at the tip of my finger. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
One
so,
finger.
Yeah. Do you wear any contacts or glasses or anything like that? I wear
do.
contacts.
I just took my glasses out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that works out anyways. I usually have people take off their glasses.
Yeah.
I have terrible eyesight. I got like negative 4.75. This won't affect your vision. Won't affect this at all.
Okay.
Okay. As long as you can see my finger right now.
I see your finger.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So all I'm gonna have you do is look at the tip of my finger, and
Okay.
I just want you to fold with your eyes and your eyes only. If
Okay.
you want, you can move your hair back. I just don't want to obstruct anything. Okay. That feel pretty good?
That feels
Okay.
pretty good.
Cool. All right. So all I'm gonna ask you to do is keep your head still, or only follow it with your eyes. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
All right. I'm gonna start. Okay.
Okay.
Remember, keep your head still. Okay. Can you do that for me?
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
This This is so embarrassing. I'm not drunk, I promise you.
33 North Street, clear to check the home.
Stop in the middle.
Yeah.
To the left. In the middle. To the right. I promise you I'm not drunk. Stop. Left. Right. I'm fine, son. This is so embarrassing.
Okay, so that's the first exercise. We only got 2 more, okay? They're a little bit easier, okay? I know the eyes are just, it kills my patience too. I'd be in the same position. I practice this all day. I've done this myself too, okay?
What
So,
else you want me to do?
next what we're gonna do, it's gonna be called the walk and turn. It's exactly what it sounds like. So, I'm gonna demonstrate for you, but first what I'm gonna have you do is, can you imagine like a straight line? Kind of like that line? You know, just a straight line about the width of your foot.
This is so embarrassing.
Can you imagine one? Perfect, yeah. Keep your left foot on it. Don't walk yet. I'll tell you when you can walk, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so just put your left foot on that imaginary line, all right? And now I want you to take your right foot, put it right in front of it so that you're touching heel to toe, just like this.
Oh,
And just like the other exercise, keep your hands down by your sides, okay? All right. Now, just try to line it up for me a little bit, like they're on the same line. Yep,
like this?
just like I am. Yep. Okay, so just remain in that position, and then I'm gonna give you some instructions, okay?
Okay.
So, when I tell you to begin, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 9 heel-to-toe steps forward, and you're gonna turn around and take 9 heel-to-toe steps back. I'm gonna demonstrate 3 for you, but remember you're gonna do how many?
Show me. 9.
Perfect, all right? So, I'm in the same position as you. I'm just doing this because less space, but it's gonna look just like this. You're gonna be on that line, that imaginary line you have in your head. Then you go 1, 2, not yet, not yet. Yep, 3, and then you're gonna turn around by keeping that front foot on that
I
line.
thought you said 9, so do 3.
I'm demonstrating 3.
Okay, but do
You're
9.
doing 9, yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. I'd be going all the way to the hill if I did.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna keep that front foot on that line. You can keep looking at me. You're gonna turn around and follow me there. It's a small series of 5 steps. And you're gonna take 9 steps back. Not yet, not yet.
Oh.
1, 2, 3. And then you're back on 9, okay? That makes sense?
1, 2, 3, 9, and then 9 back.
Yeah. 9 forward, 9 back. Total of 18. That makes sense?
That makes sense.
All right. So you just got to remember when you take your first 9, keep your front foot on that line and turn around just like this.
Like this. 2.
Small steps, and you
3.
walk back. Well, don't start yet.
4.
Look, I'll tell you when to begin, okay? And if you got any questions about instructions, I don't mind saying it as many times as possible. That's totally fine.
I just want to get it out the way because
Yeah.
this is embarrassing. I'm not drunk. I
Yeah.
promise you I'm not.
Yeah, I'm going to get you out of here, okay? So, only thing I want to ask you to do while you're doing that is just remember, keep your hands down by your sides, like against your legs. And then you're going to, like, count out each step out loud, and you're going to look at your feet as you walk.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay, do you have any questions about any of
have
that? I can
questions.
repeat any of that. I don't
No,
mind at all.
No, I'm fine. I
Okay.
just want to do it.
Okay,
2,
wait, not yet. Okay, so whenever you're ready, get in that position, that starting position again.
like this.
Yeah, keep your left foot here and right foot right here. And whenever you're ready, you can begin, okay?
Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, are you
What else you
finished?
want me to do?
Are you finished with that exercise?
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
9 forward, 9
Perfect.
back.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the third exercise. Okay, this one's, you don't even have to walk or anything like that. It's called the 1-leg stand. It's exactly what it sounds like again. We got uncreative
This is
names.
so embarrassing.
All right. So just like the first exercise, what I'm gonna have you do is keep your feet together just like this again, and put your hands back down by your sides. Okay. So what I'm gonna demonstrate for you first. So don't do anything yet. Okay. Are you ready? You gonna watch me? All right. So you can pick up either foot.
I'm okay, son.
So I prefer to pick up my left foot because I balance with my right foot better. I'm right-legged, so I'm going to demonstrate like that. You could do the same thing, however, like whichever foot you
Do you
prefer.
not know this is really kind of confusing, so it's not drunk. I know y'all probably get this a lot.
But let's focus on the exercise, and we can
Okay.
talk about it if you want, and
I don't want to
we'll figure that out.
I just want to go home.
Okay. So whenever I tell you to begin, you're going to pick up your preferred foot. I'm going to pick up this one. You're going to have it 6 inches off the ground. Not yet. With your toes pointing outward away from you, okay?
Okay.
Now, while you do that, you're going to have both legs straight. and you're going to count out loud in the following manner: 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop.
1001, okay.
Just like that, until I tell you to stop.
Gotcha.
And you'll keep your hands down by your sides the whole time.
Okay.
That makes sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
I love my phone. You got a timer or anything like that? Just for me? All right. Once he gets that up, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Okay. So, get in that position, and whenever you're ready, you may begin, okay?
I'm ready, because I'm ready to do it.
All right. I'm starting on you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1000. I had foot surgery, so this foot.
Okay, I'll make note of that.
13, 14, 1015, 16, 1017, 18. Oh, let me put my arms down.
Okay, you can stop.
20, 1021, 22, because I had my hands up.
That's no problem. You can stop. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back to you, okay? Okay. Have you ever used one of these before? It gives you, it's called a preliminary breath test. All it is voluntary breath that you provide a sample for, and all it really does is show positive or negative for alcohol. So it's just going to indicate your one drink that you had.
Okay.
That makes sense. Have you ever blown up a balloon before? Like birthday party or anything like that? Or blow out candles?
Not really.
Well, it's just like that. It's simple. I'll even demonstrate for you. So
Okay.
I want you to take a deep breath. You're going to wrap your lips around this tube. Never been used by anybody else before. It's all bagged up. You're going to blow out just like this. You're going to go.
Wait, do that again.
You're going to take a deep breath.
Like this?
Just like that, yeah. And the only thing you gotta do, it's a really simple thing to do. You can do it on your first try, I bet. So you wrap your lips around it, you take that deep breath, you blow, and
What
just
if
make
I
sure.
don't do it right? Because you're saying that do it like to show me.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is wrap your lips around it and make sure your tongue's not blocking it. That's the only way you can mess
Wait,
it up.
what you mean if your tongue not
Some
blocked?
people stick their tongue in the tube, and obviously you can't blow air if your tongue's in the tube. That makes sense?
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Then if I mess it up and then y'all say I'm drunk and I'm not drunk. So I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that.
If you don't want to, it's completely
No,
voluntary.
I don't
You don't
wanna
have
do
to.
that. No.
Okay. It's just the only thing it's going to do is show positive or negative. That's all it's going to do.
I don't want to
Okay,
do
that's
that.
fine.
You're telling me that if I do something wrong with my
It won't give
tongue,
it. So when that happens, it's not going to give me. It's not going to give me a proper reading. It's just not going to give me a reading. So it just say error. Now, if you give a breath properly, that's the only thing it's going to show any kind of positive or negative or anything like
So
that.
if I don't take it, then what happened?
Then I have to make my assumption based off all the
Okay.
cues that we've seen
'cause
during
I
this
did
exercise
everything right.
and the less safe act of going the wrong way. So
It was an accident.
yeah.
I'm in the wrong way.
I don't think you did it on
It was an
purpose. I don't think you're trying to run into
No,
me.
no,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm not
But-
drunk. Believe me.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm not.
So if you don't want to do this, you don't have to.
Yeah, so-
I'm fine with that. It won't hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if you
Yeah.
telling me I'm do it like this and something wrong.
That's just me trying to give instructions. I'm not
that
trying to scare
made
you
me
on that.
scared.
Yeah.
Well, you actually did. But
I'm
I
sorry about that. I
promise you
apologize.
I'm not drunk.
Okay.
at all.
So based off of everything I've seen in the less safe act, I will be placing you under arrest
Well,
for
let
driving
me
under
take
the
the
influence.
test then. I'll
Hey.
take the test.
No, we
because
don't have to. It's completely voluntary. So I'm going to read you a card. Don't grab me, please.
No,
Look.
I'm not going to grab
Yeah.
you, but I'm saying I
I'll
can
walk
take
you
the
through.
test because
Yeah.
my son on the phone and
Yeah.
I'm trying to
So
get
please
home.
put your palms together. Put your
Okay,
palms
let me
facing
take
together.
the test 'cause I only had one
Please put your
drink.
palms facing
It's
together. Okay. Thank you.
I
And
promise
I'm
you
gonna
I'm
read.
not drunk though.
So I'm actually going to read you a card
Oh
that
my
will.
gosh.
I'm gonna. No, listen, ma'am. Look, I'm trying to explain something, okay?
Okay.
So I'm hearing you want to take a test, okay?
I will take the test.
Yeah. So I have to read a card to you, okay?
Okay,
This is
read the
different
card.
from what I offer, okay? So that's what's called a voluntary breath sample.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
here's
drunk,
what you can do. I'm gonna read you a
kinda
card.
scared me when you said
Listen,
about my
listen.
tongue. Okay.
It's not over. Okay, look.
Okay.
I'm gonna explain something to you. Okay.
Okay.
So just hear me out. Because if we're both talking at the same time, I can't properly explain to you. Are you
Right.
double blocking that for me?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Okay. So I'm not trying to confuse or anything. I'm gonna walk you through this whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read you this card in a second. Okay. And it's gonna have all these words. I can't change the order of it. I have to read it because it's required by the state.
Okay.
Basically, what the end of it's gonna ask is to provide a sample, which can be provided by either blood or breath. We don't have anybody working with breath today, so basically what we do is a blood sample. And when we do that, we'd have a nurse from like a certified phlebotomist. They're gonna come over here, take your blood.
No, I
and-
can do that what you just
Okay.
told me.
But let me read the card first
Okay.
because I can't explain it that way. I have to read it exactly on the card. I can't because I don't want to confuse you. I gotta read it the same way I read to every single person. It's kind of standardized too.
Okay,
That makes
that's
sense. Okay. So look, we'll keep your son on the phone, all that. Look, we're not gonna do anything of that. But I'm gonna read that card first, and we're gonna talk about how we can move on from there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Makes sense.
It makes sense.
So I'm gonna read this to you out loud. Okay? I can't, like I said, I can't rephrase it or anything. I have to read exactly how it is. English is your first language, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, I have to ask that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? You're over the age of 21, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna read this card for people over the age of 21. Okay. So, if you want me to repeat it, I don't mind at all. I can talk all day. It's part of my job. All right. So the state of Georgia has conditioned your privilege to drive upon the highways of this state. Will you submit to the state and administer chemical tests of your blood?
Yes, I will.
Okay. So basically, what's going to happen is you'll have that option to take the test, and just like the card explained, you know, that'll be there for your own evidence, for our own evidence, and that'll basically show. If any alcohol was or how much was at the time I ran into you, basically.
Can I take it now?
We're going to take it as soon as we can. So what we have to do is, so let me explain one thing. You can submit this test, and you said yes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you consent to that. So what we'll have to do is we'll have a nurse come out and meet us. She has to drive over here. It can take up to 30, 40 minutes, but they put that.
I have to do that. I can do the other one. I don't want to hold y'all.
I can't do that because this one's the voluntary. It's not even admissible in court. This one is the one that's authorized by the state. So they do blood and breath.
Yeah.
But we don't have anybody certified to take breath right now. They have a different machine. It's not this thing.
Okay.
This thing is like a little portable sample. They actually have like these like $10,000 devices. They're called like intox breathalyzers that I'm not even certified to operate. But what we can do is we'll have a nurse come out and they'll come take a blood sample, which will be analyzed by a third party, which is the GBI. You ever heard of them?
Yeah, I heard.
FBI, but state.
Yeah.
So they'll analyze it, then they'll send us results back. The only thing I gotta disclose is that either way, right now you are under arrest, but
Oh my God.
but this will be there. So if it shows that, hey, look, I only have one drink or whatever, or like they'll drop a whole DUI charge or whatever, you know.
So could we do it now?
I can't. So the whole purpose of a DUI charge is that it's under my belief from the action you did that I think alcohol had an influence from your maneuver going this way. That's just from me, and I'm telling you, I'm being point blank with you. I'm being frank. Okay, that's from me. And at the end of the day, this is a charge, not a conviction. So you have your day in court for that. Okay.
Oh my God, are you serious?
So it's not on the record.
Can I just take that? I promise you.
I can't. This is not admissible in court. And like I said, that was voluntary. Like you could do that, but I don't. After you say no the first time, I don't offer it again. So.
Because when you told me this.
But hear me out. The blood sample will be there for your records too. When they have that back, usually takes a few weeks. It'll be there for your records.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, look, I'm gonna walk you through this. I'm not here to try to give you a hard time. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible.
And I understand that, but I can take it. I promise. Nothing wrong with me.
Look, it's not hurting my feelings or anything. It's just we can't do that after you already say no. So it's a voluntary breath sample that I get before we place you under arrest. Okay, so for now.
But you should have told me that. That's really wrong. Why would you?
I can't because then that would be compelling you to take a breath sample based off that.
No, but I'm saying that because when you say it, but it don't make sense. Okay, just take me because that's ridiculous. Y'all, that's not right. Y'all know that's not right. They got people who doing things like that, and I know. I promise I had one drink, and you know I wasn't drunk when I did this.
Look, I'm telling you from my personal opinion. I don't believe that. Okay, look.
Well, so why are you doing that? Then if you saying you don't believe that?
No, I'm saying I do believe you're drunk. I'm saying I have a different opinion on that.
Really?
I believe you're impaired to the point where you made that decision to drive this way because you're under the influence of alcohol. That's what I think. Okay.
No, it's not.
It's not. I'm not
saying.
saying.
Take the thing and they'll save taxpayers' money if you take the back.
I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm not saying you're being rude or anything like that. I'm not calling you a criminal or anything. I'm just saying that I think this is my belief.
My fiance's attorney, so I already know that. I'm not gonna drive drunk and stuff like that. So I know that that's not true.
Well, anyways, we're gonna have to move forward with this. Your friends they already all drove off and all that. Is there anybody close by that can pick up your car?
No, that's the problem. Nobody's close by. That's my son on the phone that I was going to pick him up some food.
Where's he live at?
In Duluth. That's my son. He's 16 years old.
Yeah, he's 16.
And I was going to pick him up some food.
Yeah. So what I was trying to work out. So normally when we arrest people, we have to tow the car. If someone's close by, I like to try to work that out and see if somebody can come pick up your car. Just save it as many expenses as possible. We're not here trying to load your wagon or anything like that. We're trying to help you out.
Okay. Let me see if I can call somebody who stays up the street. Could I try?
Is someone up the street?
Yeah.
Like in Dunwoody?
Yeah.
Someone you know here?
Yeah.
We'll work with you on that. I'm all for that. Look, we like I said, look, I know this is not the best interaction to have, but we want to make it as easy as possible.
Okay.
Okay, we're not trying to like ruin your day or anything like that. You know, like I know this is
It's
a crappy situation, but we have to make the best of it. Okay.
Because it takes 2 seconds for you to give me the test, but you don't want to. So wasting taxpayer money. I guarantee you know I will pass the test, but that's really rude. But it's okay. I'll take that charge. It's just a waste of taxpayer money.
Let me tell you. Okay, look. I'm trying to work with you, okay?
I know
do you want me to do that with you?
Yes,
we can see if we can call. Who do you want to call? We'll have. Do you mind getting that phone for her? And then we'll see who we can call, okay?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
You could take out the thing.
I think it was in the center console, or was it? Where do you put it now?
I'm here, son. They're going to take me to jail.
31, you can show more custody.
I don't know why. They don't want to give me a breathalyzer test because I went the wrong way.
Here you go. I'm sorry, this is yours. Yeah.
But it's okay. Let me hang up. I don't know what jail I'm going to.
Right now it's on Bluetooth. It might be easier for you.
I'll explain it to him.
You can? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please, because he's only 16, so he's
Is
just
this Lonnie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Lonnie.
Are you married or anything, or you got anybody else at home? Is it just him by himself right now?
Okay. We are one in custody.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So what we can also do?
I
I can't. But look, I'm trying to give you some steps to make this easier right now. Okay. Look, I'm trying to help you move forward. All right. So you got your phone there. Does it have a good charge right now? Do you know?
It does.
Okay. Is it an iPhone? I can make sure during this whole process we'll keep it plugged up, make sure it's got full battery. We'll have so we're in Dunwoody, but we're in the county of DeKalb. We don't have our own jail, so we have to use DeKalb County. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you to DeKalb County after we meet up with the nurse. We're going to do that first, and when we do that, you can get bonded out over there. Now, when that happens, so this is all going to be on tickets, okay?
I didn't take the test.
DUI by itself is usually like $950. I don't know. I think wrong way is like $400. I'll do the math. Yeah, but basically what I was explaining is like once we get over there, so it's actually pretty cool what they do. Okay, so we have technology now. We got phones. What they'll do is actually let you open up your contact list. You got to call from their phone, but you'll be able to look at your contacts and all that. So we'll make sure your phone stays charged, so you can call whoever you need to.
I promise, I'm not drunk. Can I just take the test?
Yeah, we can't. It won't make a difference. So right now, I don't make my decision based off of this device. All this shows is positive and negative. It's a rough estimate. It's not even precise accuracy. Okay, so that won't change my determination right now.
Why won't it? But you asked me to take the test.
Yeah, and I told you it's voluntary, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so that doesn't.
So if I would have took it, it wouldn't have mattered to you. You're saying. I just want to make sure that
it wouldn't have impaired my decision on that.
So you still would have
all
took
it is will show positivity in that. So if you said no, yes, I didn't drink anything, it just show you got like positive alcohol in your system.
No, I'm saying if it would have came back negative, you would have let me go, right?
No, not necessarily. So from the indications I saw in your fields, I believe that from what I was seeing in your eyes and your walking and all the stuff I was having you do, I believe you were impaired by some substance.
Right.
Okay?
I did everything right.
But
you know that.
I disagree. Okay, so if you were doing everything right, I wouldn't have placed you under arrest on that. Okay.
Because I did like this.
So look, I'm here to have a conversation with you right now. Okay, look, I don't have to do this, but I'm doing this because
I appreciate it.
I'm trying to keep you in the light. I'm not keeping you in the dark on this. I don't just scoop people up, put them in cuffs, and not tell them anything. Drive straight to jail like I don't care.
You know
okay.
Because you know a drunk person. You is very experienced to know a drunk person.
I do this every single night.
I know
so
you
know,
do.
like
I
deal with DUIs on almost a nightly basis.
That's why I know you know. I know you know this. So but it's fine. If you got to do that. Get your thing, go ahead. It doesn't matter.
But look, I'm going to keep you in the loop. We only know what's going on. I'm going to make a phone call to a nurse so she can meet up with us so we can make this as speedy as process as possible.
You could have made this easy with that.
Not yet, but say just whenever you can, help her get that phone number. We'll see if we can call someone. If they can't, we'll get Brown & Brown out here. Got somebody pretty close.
Hey, well, your number's 149.
I'm on the phone with her oldest son right now. I'm trying to see what his ETA is.
Where you at, son?
But,
okay, could you come get the truck?
how far is the house?
It's in
about 15-20 minutes.
15-20 minutes?
Yeah.
If you want to wait the car, you don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I could hang out.
Okay. So here's what we gotta do. We're gonna do that. We'll work with you. But if it's like anything longer than like
no, 20, it ain't long.
If it ends up being
just start coming some.
Yeah, you can go ahead and start heading this way.
Yeah, start heading this way, huh?
If he wants, you can plug in. If he types in 1201 Hammond Drive, that's
type in 1201 Hammond Drive.
That's the Best Buy over there.
Okay.
And
by
basically,
the Best Buy.
all he's got to do is find his lights at that point.
You'll see us.
Yeah. Now, just make sure when you come over here, if you're bringing your own car, you'll have to find it somewhere to park.
Bring your brother
or
with you.
do an Uber or something.
Yeah, bring.
Make sure you got a way back.
Okay, they coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we can at least work that part out. He'll hang out. He'll hang out here. Make sure nobody steals your car or anything like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
Now, but if it takes like, I'm just telling you, I'm sure they're coming. But if it takes anything like 40 minutes, he's gonna have to call like a record because he's got a job to do too. He can't stay here all night.
I got it. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
All right, we'll get this rolling, and then yeah, I'll keep you updated. If you got any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll answer anything you got.
Okay.
I swear.
I just want to get so where I'm going so I can get this out the way.
Yeah, I know. All right. All right, watch you step in here. And I'm just gonna get you a seatbelt on here, and then hopefully that nurse will be pretty quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know that's not.
Yeah, they gotta come meet us is the thing.
Lord.
Usually it takes, I'd say ballpark about.
It's handcuffs. I've never been in handcuffs, but that's first of everything.
Yeah, I'm blinding myself. Yeah, okay. Here, I'm gonna reach over you because it looks like the seatbelt's stuck. All right, there we go. All right. We're just right up the road, so we're gonna go wait there. The nurse is gonna meet us, okay?
Okay.
And
So she's gonna come meet us.
she's gonna come meet us, and once that happens, we're only like about half a mile up the road.
But if it come back positive, negative, I'm still going to jail. So.
Well, here's the thing. So either way we're going, because it's a charge, I can't unarrest you. But their results, because blood tests, and when they send to a GBI lab, it does take some time. It's not instant. They have to send because they have a whole log of it. They got other people they got to test for first, because it's almost like a queue. You got to wait for other people that have already gotten in front of us. It usually takes about a few weeks. Yeah.
But what's the purpose of that?
So that's part of
I
that.
thought if I take it now.
So you remember that card I read you? So that's talking about your privilege of driving this state. So that whole thing has got nothing to do with any kind of charge again. The only thing is, only when we were charged DUI, we have to read that card, because if you don't, basically what that card is saying is that if you don't take it, it's called implied consent. So that means you're implying that you give consent for any kind of test if you've been accused of any kind of like DUI. So when that happens, that's when they're asking like, hey, look, if you say no, basically if you said no, your license will be automatically suspended because you refused implied consent. That's something you agreed to when you got your driver's license. You know what I'm saying? So that's on the driver. That's the Department of Driver Services side, but it's what we got to do on our part. But basically, because to clarify, to help you understand that, is because you consented. Right now, your license is suspended. Right now, I don't take away your license. Basically, if you said no, I would have taken away your license. But now that you consented to that, we go get your blood test. You'll have your license until you go to trial. And you know, if they say no, like, hey, look, the officer was wrong, etc., they won't take away your license. So it's all part of the process, and that's basically what you did. I can read that card for you again. I don't mind at all.
Yeah,
you know.
please.
Yeah, but we'll go ahead and go up the road, okay?
Could I make one more phone call to my fiance?
We'll do that when we get up there. Is Travis your fiance?
No.
Okay.
Not.
Okay. Well,
He was just close by.
well, let's go ahead and get up there, and I'll make that phone call with you. He's gonna wait their car, make sure your sons get it, okay?
And then, quick question: what kind of car do they drive?
Oh, a BMW.
You know what color?
White.
White. And is it a sedan? Is it
A sedan.
Sedan.
Okay. All right, sounds good. All right, so he'll keep a lookout. He's gonna hang out here till they get here, okay?
Okay, so I can't call my fiance.
I'm gonna do it once we get up there, because we've been out here for a while. It's only half a mile up the road.
Okay,
Then we'll do
that's
that.
fine.
Go, Tim. Okay. Give me 1 second. We'll be right back up there, okay?
Okay, you want to revise?
Go, Tim. Copy of transport.
Okay, one go.
The officer took her to Dunwoody headquarters, where he allowed her to call her fiancé, who happened to be an attorney, and gave her some quick legal advice.
It's a pretty quick process. So once she takes her blood, we'll go to the cab, and that's only about like a 15-minute drive from here. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see.
My face,
Let's see if we can get your face. Might need some light in here. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm here lying.
What I would do, I would pass on that. I would just go to the jail and get booked so I can get out. Cause it's like we just delaying it. You can go to an independent place once you get out and still get your blood tested. You know, it's like we fighting the case tonight, and that's not changing.
Yeah, he said it's not going to change. That's what I asked if it was going to change. He said no.
Yeah, the whole point about implied consent is your privilege to drive on the highways right now.
Yeah, I would just let him go ahead and
He said if I don't take it, though, he's going to take my license. Then you say if I don't take it?
Yeah, so if you refuse implied consent, we do take your license because that's part of implied consent.
And I won't get my license back?
Yeah, so basically what will happen is if we take your license, we'll give you a temporary driving permit, which I believe I have to look at the paper again. I believe that form gives you up to 30 days or 45 days. And then basically you'll have an administrative license hearing, and they'll determine whether or not you get to keep your license or not based off the whole process right here. Basically, I'll tell them what happened, what kind of driving maneuver you did, why I think you're DUI, and then basically I'll tell them that I read you this card and tell them like the answer you gave me, yes or no. And if I tell them no, that's the whole reason we're there, and that's what the whole point of the administrative license hearing is.
So,
and if they take your license, then basically it won't be till trial until you get that license.
So what do you think I should do, Lion? You're an attorney.
I wouldn't take it unless there's been a horrible accident. So, administrative hearings don't scare me. You know, I would just go to the hearing. That's where I would present my evidence and deal with it from there. Okay. And nobody's taking my blood unless I had to kill somebody.
So what should I do? That's why I called you.
Pass on it. Go to the jail. Pass on it and find out when the administrative hearing is, and we'll go to that and deal with that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I'm going to go to jail.
Go ahead and get it moving so they can one, get the vehicle, two, run over there to the buying place and be done with it. Move on to the next process. But tell them no, you're not giving no blood. You're not giving no blood.
All right.
Well, we gotta start getting her paperwork done. Anything related to like her being transported? Any questions you got? And she's gonna be able to call you as soon as she gets there too. So she gets to have her phone and all that. She'll be able to give you a phone call as soon as she gets there. Just keep a lookout for like an unknown phone number because she's got to use theirs, but she'll have access to your phone number.
Okay, but she's gonna deny the
Yeah. So Lon, hear me out, okay, Lon. So this is how implied consent works. I'm gonna talk to her separately after this because the whole point is implied consent has to come from her, and we can't have you I already let her talk to you a little bit. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. But after we end this phone call, I'm gonna have to read that card to her again if she wants me to, and then basically that's the whole process, and she'll have the option to say yes or no because it has to be. She's a full-grown adult. She's got to make her own adult decision. Because I get you're trying to look out for her, and unfortunately, like at the end of the day, because we all take the same driver's license test, she got to make that choice for herself. That makes sense. Okay, so she can follow your advice if she wants to, but at the end of the day, it will be her decision. Okay. Okay, so I know you want to answer for her, but I'm going to have to check back with her because that's our process. It'll be the same thing if you were in her shoes. I have to make sure it's coming from you. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she is. So I'll talk to her in a second, and then because we got to get her paperwork done out of the way, because we can't sit here all day. I'm going to talk to her and read that to her. Okay.
All right, yeah, Sherry, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, just no, you're not giving any blood. You haven't been in an accident. You haven't killed anybody.
Okay. I got it, Lion. I got it.
Point, okay, just stop talking.
Okay.
I ain't gonna fight the case tonight.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. You have a good night. Okay.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right. Goodbye. So same thing. Usually I prefer not to have like other people involved, but I know you want to call your fiance. I'd want to call, if I were in your shoes, I would want to call someone too.
Yeah.
But look, so if you want to change your decision, I will read that card again, okay? Because I want to make sure you understand what you're getting into. Because I understand what kind of attorney is he? He's not a DUI attorney. I know that.
No, he's not a defense attorney.
Okay. So I mean, he's got some knowledge, but DUI attorneys are a different breed. You'll probably have to get a DUI attorney if anything, so you can get like the proper advice. Now, implied consent is not something we don't call an attorney to go discuss, but implied consent, the whole point of that is it's something that you were given when you got your driver's license. I know he was trying to answer for you, but I want to make sure, like, if you're going to change anything, I need to make sure it's coming from your own mind, your own thoughts, because he's not your parent or guardian. That makes sense?
No, that makes sense.
And I don't want that to influence your decision, which can impact your daily life, because at the end of the day, like, I don't know what your personal life is and how you got to use your car. So ultimately, that decision is up to you. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you prefer? Do you want me to read it again, or? What's going on?
No, you don't have to read it. I'm not. You told me not to do it. I trust
You said not to do. Okay,
Yeah.
but just to make sure you understand, I'm going to read it anyways. And
Okay.
if you want to say the decision, all you got to say is no. But I just want to make sure that you know your privileges and you know your rights and all that. So I'm going to read you the same card that every officer has to read to someone. Okay. Okay. I'm going to read that one more time. Okay, just to make sure we're on the same page. All right.
Okay.
Well, give me 1 second. I'm going to read it. And then, if you feel the same way, I'll give that nurse a call and we can cancel that and I'll get you down over there, okay?
Okay.
That makes sense?
That makes sense.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second. Over 21, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes we get people under 21 too. Okay. All right, so hear me out. The state of Georgia has conditioned your privilege to drive on the highways of this state. Will you submit to the state administered chemical test of your blood?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right, so that's your final decision?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so, the only thing that changes at this point, I'm going to give them a quick call, just say, hey, look, you don't have to drive out here anymore. Then we'll go straight to the cab. I just got to get your paperwork still because, we spend all our time doing this. That's fine, but I still got to get your paperwork done before we get down there, okay?
No problem.
Sound good? I also got to do, like, that refusal form I was talking about. It's going to be your temporary driving permit. So that's going to, basically, I'm going to take this, and that paper I'm going to give you is going to be your driver's license, basically, until, like, that time's elapsed. Okay, and it will have all that written on there for your knowledge too. Okay, all right. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Put my phone in the charger, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want you to get to jail with your dead phone or anything like that. Give me 1 second.
She was charged with driving on the wrong side of the road and DUI, then transported to the DeKalb County Jail for booking.
Okay.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, getting a little breezy out here. Okay. Yeah, so as soon as they let us in, like I said, we'll get those handcuffs off you. Alright. You want me to go ahead and put the mask on?
Yeah.
Help you have that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're gonna say he's nice.
Well, who was them? I just don't want you to go through that terrible mask, because like I said, I've forgotten too, and I gotta wear.
I guess we go.
At least they're ready, man. I'll be right back.